Hi guys, it's been a while. I'm Andrew Lesperance, still out of Wilmington, Mass. So for my media clip, I actually did a skit from John Oliver's Last Week Tonight. Originally aired June 5th of 2017, so it's kind of old, but it talks about a subject that's still carrying on with the whole idea of the Russians and the Trump administration being in cahoots and kind of rigging the election. One of the first thing it brings up is the a Putin coming out and in a way saying that might have happened, saying that hackers kind of do what they want and they're almost inspired by international relations, and that they might have, with no direction from the government, interfered with the election. So why I chose this was partially because it's a more recent event that's actually still going on. What I think makes this interesting is that actually this shows more of how the media is giving the masses what they want. The idea of conventional news where it's kind of boring, most of the time talking about really sad and depressing things, or being put in a more comical light. He's making fun of Trump, but this is a serious issue. Now, whether or not you agree that it's true or not is your personal opinion, and we won't know until the end of this committee, or maybe never, who knows. But it's talking about a really serious issue that could be facing the country, with security clearances and everything like that. It's a lot of why people didn't want Hillary Clinton in office, was this idea that, she can't hold a clearance. Now we have someone in office that might be violating the American people's trust. But it's put in a very funny manner, you can't help but laugh. And this form of news is becoming extremely popular. I mean, HBO has it, Comedy Central has it, and it's almost being used as a legitimate source of news. Now, whether you agree with that or not, again, completely your opinion. Another thing I think it shows is the changing of how not only political news is given up, but news in general, because it wasn't, when they were showing Putin saying that, it wasn't the whole thing. It was just little crop snippets of that conversation or whatever. And that's the way that news is going. You look back at the election itself, elections over the past couple of years, you look at the amount of people that are watching the debates is going down, but you look at the amount of people that hear this or someone say this, which makes politicians have to be really careful what they say, because you crop out a small segment of something, it might not be what he was conveying, but that's how they're pushing it to be conveyed. But that's what the American people want. It's this whole idea of not wanting to have to sit there, watch the whole thing, and formulate your own opinion. You want someone else to tell you what to think, but at the same time, they're no longer interested in hearing these sad or serious issues being conveyed as what they are. They're serious problems. He spends most of the skit talking about it and making fun of Trump and how he's such a bad deal maker and everything like that. And it's maybe he is. Maybe there's something we should be generally concerned about. But the only way we're going to listen is if it comes off in some comedy skit, Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Only time will tell. But it actually talks a lot about this whole idea of in the last paper we had to write about everyone being a journalist now. Should we consider this a valid form of journalism? Personally, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not saying I don't watch it, because I do, but we should be watching whole debates and following up on news articles from all different spectrums of the political atmosphere, and looking at it that way and deciding our own opinions. But we don't. The masses generally like doing this, watching snippets of conversations and other people's basically beliefs on that, and forming our own opinions off their beliefs. And I see that becoming a serious problem. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree.